So we have two big pieces of news this week. The first being a data blackout for COVID and wastewater, where states that chose not to have an in-state COVID monitoring program for wastewater, such as Nebraska and Pennsylvania here. These are examples of two states that stopped publishing data after the public health emergency expired in May, where the CDC contractors, like BioBot, ended up running their wastewater program and collecting the data. But now we have a contract shift, where this contract is shifting from BioBot to Verily, and there are 400 reported affected wastewater sites. So, for instance, recent data on COVID-19 levels in York County wastewater wasn't available. And this unavailability of the data is due to this contract shift that the CDC is implementing, where a data blackout with an unspecified timeline is the direct result. And our second news is this court settlement by Florida, where they lied about COVID records, saying they didn't exist, and now not only have to turn over all of those records that they hid, but they have to pay off the $152,000 court fees, and for the next 3 years they are required to do weekly COVID data reporting, where Ron DeSantis intentionally hid COVID data while he simultaneously opened Florida for business in June of 2021. This is when Delta variants were spreading rampant, where Ron DeSantis and Florida hid public records during the height of the pandemic to fit a political narrative that Florida was open for business. And during this information blackout, thousands of Floridians died from COVID-19 in the summer and early fall of 2021 as a direct result from these actions. And as a result, for the next 3 years, Florida has to publish COVID data weekly with vaccination levels, case counts, and deaths due to COVID. So now that Florida has been caught manipulating their numbers by hiding their numbers, my next questions would be, how is this going to be retroactively added to the data? How are we going to integrate this into what is already being out there shared publicly? And while it does sound like there will be an oversight committee to make sure that they continue publishing accurate numbers, this immediately makes me wonder how many other states have done something similar, in addition to what else is being stifled.